I think we talked about this once before, right? Like, I think one of the things I'm really excited. I mean, back to the whole community thing, right? Like where Pokemon is today. I think like people like you, people like Travis, you guys are running at the forefront, and what we're also seeing as well is a lot of like the younger creators coming out.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean? And they're coming out to like, because like I'm sure you're getting the same number of questions as I am, and I get people asking me like, oh, Mr. K, like how do you how do you start streaming? Like, what do you need? What's the gear? You know what I mean? And I think that's in the spirit of like like how we came into the community, right? Like when we first came into the community, people helped us out and got us to get to know other people, and from them started to catalyze growth, right? And so like now looking back, like looking at these younger creators coming out to us and asking us like, oh, like how do you do your setup? What kind of
I get a lot of questions about that, and I'm very glad to help out. Like, I love seeing new people like YouTube channels. It's creating Instagram, creating TikToks, and that's one thing. Creating YouTube is a different ball game. Like we know that for sure. We know that for sure. And I love seeing the new people come in. Like, hey guys, I'm starting my own YouTube channel. Like, yes, and
I'm super psyched about it, man.
Because it's like I have my own way. You have your own way. Travis, Breaking Boost, everyone, they have their own way of doing stuff, right? And you know what? Screw the views for a second. It's like the creative ideas just flow. Like Travis's recent video though, turning one into a slap.
Yeah.
What an idea!
Yeah.
Holy shit! What a fucking idea! And like, I wouldn't have thought of that. I don't know about anyone else.
I definitely didn't.
I don't know if someone maybe thought of it, whatever. And I could still do it in my own way, but the idea comes from him. Now, some new kid comes along and they have their own idea. And it's like, this is so cool. I never thought I could do it this way. Right? And it just brings this whole thing. So I love seeing like new people make channels. And every time I always tell everyone, like, if you have a question, editing, gear, live stream, just ask. Seriously, guys, just ask. I'm more than happy to help. I'm sure everyone else is as well. Because it's just really fun to see the creative aspects of different minds coming in. It's like,
oh yeah, absolutely.
What if I do this, Like, yeah, for sure, just opening a box like that is fun. Then some people are like, what can I do to spice it up? What can I do to maybe just something like scratch my creative itch? As I like to call it that. But
no, absolutely. I agree. Because like I see a lot of young guys, right? Like even on Facebook, right? Even on Facebook, like when a lot of new people start, the first thing they always drop on is, pot sales, box breaks, right? Yeah. And I suppose it makes sense just because like that's the easiest thing to get going for people, because it's a very natural thing that captures a lot of attention. Until they start to find like like their creative angle, right? Like that they really want to expand on. But no, I mean, like I think one of the things I was going to talk about was that I think it would be awesome, right? Like if in the future, like you would be doing videos on like teaching young working with younger creators and getting them up to speed, right? Like I think that would be really really exciting.
So it's really fun. Like, and I think it's like for YouTube, especially for YouTube, but I mean most Instagram, TikTok, you don't really need gear. YouTube, you don't need a lot of gear. Like I use this stuff because I think, and even you may use it because you just want to give a much more higher quality and stuff that. For me, I mainly use like my camera because I want to learn, right? I want to learn it and make myself better because that's what I want to do for a living later as well, whether it's YouTube or not, right? But you don't need a gear, guys. You can just use a phone.
Yep,
it's good enough, seriously. And you don't need to. If you're starting out, I think the best advice I can give, you can give your own after this.
For sure.
Just post. Screw quality. Seriously, you don't need to be like some high quality unlisted leafs of like blah blah blah. Unlisted leaf doesn't do like his video quality isn't like top notch as well,
right?
You can just post, guys. The first 50 videos are gonna be shit anyways. Just post it.
Yeah.
Once you do that, then you can learn. Okay, then you can sort of go into the YouTube studio analytics of it and just like learn. Okay, this is what I could do. This is what I can do. Enhance my thumbnail, better titles. I'll go on with it. So seriously, guys, don't be afraid. If you guys want to start a channel, just go for it. And if you have any questions, you can ask anyone in the group, like anyone who's already got like a YouTube channel. I'm telling you, all of them will be more than willing to help you. Seriously.
No, I absolutely agree. To that point of just posting it, because I find like as much as it's always this dilemma, isn't it? Right? Like like when you put out a video,
Imposter
edit,
syndrome,
right?
I think it was called.
Yeah, correct. Imposter syndrome is one of them. But then also there's this whole like perfectionism, right?
Yeah.
Like you want it to be the best, because I brought my 4K camera out, because I spent $3,000 on this lens, because I got like a $2,000 gimbal, and I spent 9 hours on this shoot or whatever, right? And then like, can you imagine just going through your edit in 20 minutes, right? Like it doesn't do that justice, right? But I think honestly, like that, which is to that point, why I feel it's important for people to realize that when you go out and shoot, you just main point is to go out and shoot, right? And then just post it, right? Like just go, put decent effort into it. Don't use perfectionism as an excuse to not release content, because like at some point you will have to deal with it. There will be no end. There will always be more color grading to do, or more sequencing to do, and just get it good, something that satisfies you, and then just go.
I think for me the two main ideas on YouTube, especially when I started, because I had a YouTube channel before, like with my friends on football and stuff. The video's up there. If you guys find it, go ahead. Let me know if you find it. My name is there, so yeah. But like we had it before, then it didn't work out. We just kind of stopped. Then had another one. I've been dreaming of making a YouTube channel for years, and like a dream of being a YouTuber full time is definitely something I want to chase. So it's like 2 rules I live by now, especially when I started, and especially what I do now, what I've learned. First rule: sometimes better to do and not think. That's the whole point of post. Seriously, just post. Don't overthink stuff. Just post. Secondly, creativity beats money.
Oh yeah.
In terms of buying gear, in terms of buying anything you want. Yes, you can buy, like I buy a mic and all to enhance my experience, enhance your experience after a while when I learn. Creativity beats everything. Seriously, you guys have an idea in your head that idea can outweigh any amount of gear you could get to sort of build it. You can get gear. The whole point of gear is to maybe enhance it, but it all comes down to the ideas. Creativity beats money, like in terms of expense and gear and stuff, for sure.
No, I totally agree. I mean, like the kind of things that phones can do today.
Exactly. You can shoot 4K 60 FPS at the same time.
Have you heard of the new iPhone S Plus Max Pro?
S Plus.
I'm sorry.
iPhone 13.
iPhone 13 Max Pro S Plus.
I have it.
Right? Like that one, that one.
I have it. Cinematic mode.
Right.
Whew.
Like that thing's a beast.
I know, right?
And
you don't need a DSLR anymore. Seriously.
And like for me, like I use an A7S too.
Yeah.
Right. And I think now the A7S 3 second variant is already out.
4 is out. A7S4 is out.
S4 is out?
S4
yeah.
is
So
out.
it's like 2 generations back. I will have you know that camera is 6 years old and dying.
Yeah.
And I still use it today. And it's a workhorse. Like I use it professionally for work, for client work, for like professional videos and stuff. I still use it to today. Is it the most cutting edge video camera in the universe? It's not. It's janky as hell. And to your point, I totally agree. I think creativity is like, think of it as, what can you do with your phone?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you go to like those gadget shops, right? and then you see like one of those grips, and then that gives you more grip in your phone. So like the thing that I have a gripe with, or rather I've had a gripe with for the longest time was gripping the phone. You know what I mean? Because like as a photographer,
I grip it like this.
Yeah, as
for stability,
right? With the pinky below. Right?
Yeah, pinky below stability.
So I can't, right? So like I can't shoot like this.
Yeah.
I can't do the like tap shoot thing. And one of the reasons why is because there is no
that grip, right?
Yeah, where is my camera?
The camera grip is there. For all of you guys, I'll show you here. Like this is the camera, and like it always has this grip here, right? So I'm very used to this as well. So usually if you ever film something, it's like this. Without the tripod, you hold the bottom.
Yeah.
You hold this, and your thumb does that. So yeah, I
get
what you mean.
So for me, it was like, where's the grip?
Yeah.
And then as a rangefinder user, right, my left hand's always below. So then like I can't focus anymore. The third thing is, where's my viewfinder? Because I'm used to doing like this, right?
Yeah.
And then now I have to look at this giant screen.
Yeah.
And for the life of me, I couldn't shoot. So like when my wife asks me like, can you take a picture of me with your phone or with my phone? I'm like, I freeze. I'm like, oh God. And this is how silly it looks, because that's me strapped with like my cameras and stuff around me. And then she asks me,
take one with my phone.
Take it with my phone. And I'm like, You know, my brain divides by zero. I'm like, I don't know how to, you know. And for the longest time, like, I know I've been doing a lot of, only recently, I've been doing a lot more like reels and exploring that. Because, you know, we talked about it last time I was here, right? Like, I really wanted to explore that side of the fence. But yeah, you know, like, slap on a grip or whatever, you know, like experiment shooting vertical, experiment shooting horizontal, and then just go out there and see what funky stuff you can do. To me, gear is just expanding your horizon. You know what I mean? Like,
it's a skill to work with gear for sure. And it's just for you to explore that. And yeah, it does enhance quality a bit, but it's not the defining factor in what makes
because you can
have good content, right?
Yeah, you can have like $10,000 worth of gear and still put out a shit movie.
You know, like, so it depends. So, but like, seriously, if you guys, this phone, you can post, you can edit, you can take a video, you can edit, you can post, and you can all do it on your phone. The laptop is there if you really want to use the software or something. The laptop's there. You don't need it.
Yeah.
Edit it, post.
I think a great misconception many people have, especially if they're new to like the photography, videography kind of game, is that buying new gear isn't gonna make you better.
Yeah,
it's not gonna like, oh, if I spend $4,000, my video will come out better. You know what I mean?
It doesn't work.
Yes, it will be pushed out in 4 times the resolution.
Yeah.
Yes. You know,
I think that's the thing that people look at. It's just the resolution.
Correct.
But like they don't look at, you know, firstly the cost. I mean, is it really worth spending that much? It isn't really.
Yeah, it's like
depends on what you're doing. Like if you're doing it for like professional stuff and all, and you need it, might make sense, because when you do it for work and professional, you need that sort of quality. If just in terms of YouTube, YouTube is the best because it's so low production.
Right.
You have the high production stuff. Like, yes, you have all that, but low production stuff works best.
Works just fine. I think it's like I used to joke, right? I used to call YouTube the compressor.
Right.
You know, it's like all the super high quality stuff gets compressed down, just so that it won't be a stream, right?
Yeah.
And then all the low quality stuff gets upscaled, right? Because it looks better on YouTube, right? So yeah, you know, YouTube is the grand compressor, you know, and
it's free.
Yeah, it's free.
It's free.
You know, and yeah, no, I think everyone who wants to, you know, explore and, you know, creatively, you know, in the video space, right? And here's the thing, like, I think many people think, right, that to get on YouTube, you need to have a video camera.
Oh yeah.
Technically, you don't, you know, because like if you have skills in animation, for example, you can do an animated flick, right?
Or you could do photos. There's so many photo videos out there.
That's right, and you piece together
just put them together, and you get like it works. YouTube's for anything. It's not just. I mean, it is in a video format, but if you're just taking pictures, I've seen people who like post videos with millions and millions of views. By the way, they just post collages, and it's just attractive collages would look good. They maybe go somewhere on a holiday or something. They just take pictures and they just put up then collages that look pretty decent put together. That's it. That's all.
Yeah.
That doesn't even take effort. You can do it on your phone to just make that sort of like a GIF sort of thing. That's it.
Yeah. So okay, let me ask you the question then as the guest. If you had to give one tip to a new creator coming onto like the scene, you know, for YouTube, what would that be?
I think it's the one earlier. It's like
just post. Is that the one?
Yeah. Don't think. And that does not work for stuff like school, but stuff like YouTube, 100%. Just do. It's like it's all about the doing, and then I'm very big on this, which is probably why I don't do very good in school. And like for me, it's just like I would just go for it. I'll dive like head first into it. I'll be shit at first. Like if you watch my first video, it's shit. It's fucking horrible. But then you learn, right? That's how you learn.
I mean, that's the only one.
It's the best way to learn.
I think one of the things I love saying, right? Like, I suppose I do the same thing, and I completely 100% agree with you. What I always tell Chibi and, you know, my friends is there's only one way to find out, right?
Yeah, you just
try it.
You just try it.